What can you say? What can you say about Gospel Coalition that hasn't already been said? There's no way to parody Gospel Coalition. It's impossible. It's Poe's Law and all that stuff. You cannot parody Gospel Coalition. It's impossible. I saw this on Reform Pub for the first time. I'm actually a member of Reform Pub. I've been a member for a long time. I never participate. Never. So whenever people see me there, they're always surprised. But yeah, Joe Rogan's example for believers. I am not going to read this article, obviously. I barely even clicked it. I don't want to give them too much. But I did click it and got a nice picture of Joe Rogan here. And it's about, from what I understand, because I saw some people debating the merits of this article. Some people liked it. I refused to read it, obviously. But basically it's about sort of, he can be a good example for Christians on how to disagree in a respectful, kind of civil way. You listen intently and you push back in a nice way. Again, I haven't read the article, so if it's not about that, I'm sorry. That's what I was told this was about. He's a good example for believers as far as how to disagree agreeably. And I gotta say, now, am I wrong about this? Because I don't know if I'm right about this. I'm not a Joe Rogan listener. I'll admit that right now. I only listen to Joe Rogan when somebody I think is interesting is on. So, there was one where Tim Cast was on. I listened to a few clips from that. Tim was killing it in that one. I did a little bit of stuff with Musk, a couple of the excerpts from there, and just some various things. Sometimes he'll talk about aliens. I'll listen to that kind of stuff. But I'm not a Joe Rogan listener. Nothing against him. It's just not my thing. It's okay. But I thought, people, maybe this is just a joke and I'm just missing the joke. But am I wrong, or is he high as a kite during these shows? I thought he was well known for being high during his interviews, on dope, smoking the reefer, smoking doobies, that kind of thing. I thought that's what he was all about. He would do psychedelics and he would smoke weed, and then he would interview these people. And sometimes someone was telling me that he even smoked weed with some of his guests on the show. And so I just gotta throw my hands up in the air. I've spent time with people while they were smoking. I may or may not have smoked myself. I never really liked marijuana, to be perfectly honest with you. I was one of those guys that got very paranoid when I would smoke marijuana. I'm not trying to glorify it, but I have done my share, and I've hung out with a number of drug people. And, this is what the drug does. The drug makes you very agreeable, makes you very, attentive. You'll be talking about something stupid, hey, man, what if, the floor wasn't as low as you could possibly go? That's from a movie, I think, right? But stuff like that, the reason why that was in a movie is because it's relatable. People will talk about stupid stuff intently. And they'll be very, listening carefully and considering it and providing new perspectives and stuff like that. That's, part of weed culture. So, his interview style is, it's pot culture. It's weed culture. It's drug culture. That's what his interview style is like. And you might find it good or bad. I'm not saying you have to hate it or love it. I'm not saying that it's not good or whatever. But as an example for Christians... Oh, man. I don't know, man. I just... Hijo de la chingada! Is that a joint, man?